Alpha 21 Experimental is out for the streamers weekend. By the time you see this video, perhaps it'll be available in the wild, perhaps not. Some of the changes are in your face right away. You can see as soon as we enter the range of the POI, it pops up on the screen the name of the POI and the difficulty. I'll say this 1,000 times, but the best change is that the spear has a proper power attack. No longer need a ranger mod or any of the bajillion other mods that did the same thing. One of the other big changes that you'll find now is that instead of just finding books and things in the various loot, you'll also find a bunch of magazines that when you read the magazines, they are going to give you a skill up in a specific skill just like that. For instance, if you look at what we have found over the course of about a game day and a half of actually kind of playing, you can see that some of these have gone up a bit, some of them haven't. Obviously, it's going to be luck for what you find and what you don't find, but overall, the progression, it actually feels okay so far. One of the more interesting changes is that you have a lot more detail for things on the walls. There's so much detail now with all of the different posters, paintings, pictures, etc. that have been hung, that in many respects, it almost kind of feels like a different game, and I'll be honest, a couple of these give me some real Bloodborne vibes. And of course, one of the big changes is now the deformable doors. That's my cat moving my arm. So door, hole in door, you can attack right through it. It's a thing. You can repair it, and then the zombies don't have as much room, neither do you, and eventually no one can get through it until they start bashing it again. The other best change is that there are now double doors. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome this is. Either you understand it or you don't. Of course, the other big set of changes are the changes to perks as a result of now controlling pretty much all the crafting by way of the magazine crafting skills. So everything has been redone. If you were to, for instance, level up in your spears, you'll find that you'll get stamina reduction, more damage, all the things just by way of investing in spears. But what you no longer get is the ability to craft spears by way of the perk. One of the more interesting things is that you now find more spears and parts in loot. And if I remember correctly, I think the patch notes might have even indicated more magazines geared towards spears. Now that's going to be the case for pretty much all the different weapons if you go across the way here, Skull Crusher, deep cuts, etc., etc. One of the other interesting things is that they've added this new quick and perceptive, and then big and fast, lightning hands, so on and so forth. These are perks that are specific to the weapons that are going in place here. You can see knife attacks 10% faster, 17% faster, 25% faster. For the weapons that are going to be really fast, just to start with, that's going to be amazing. Now, one of the more confusing ones to me, and this one actually was brought up in a conversation with another person who has been kind of looking into this stuff. I missed this. I saw it in the patch notes, but it's really interesting. So surgeon, okay, we all know what physician does. So intern, doctor, surgeon, basically make more things, get more experience, heal faster. This is the weird one. Level 4 and level 5 are specific for the stun baton. So if you're not using the stun baton, well, there's no point to invest. The various stations have all been changed and look a little different depending on what you have in them. And all the trader bases have been redone, and my goodness, are they good. From all the various decorations on the walls to the various posters, all the different things going on, a lot of work has been put into making these look really, really good. It still looks post-apocalyptic, but it just plain looks even better than it already had. Water also received a fairly big overhaul, and though it's kind of hard to tell with such a small little pond, it does look pretty good. Does it look categorically different? I don't really know. I think I need to see a big ocean, and then I can really tell. For the most part, I would say the early game stuff, it's going to be divisive with the whole idea of, can you level up your crafting by way of using perks? Can you do it by using skills, or do you have to find magazines? I get it. There's going to be pros and cons to each system. It is what it is. If you don't like it, well, look for a mod. But for right now, this is what we have. And honestly, at least in a single player scenario, it's not that bad. It's probably okay even, which I know some people might not want to hear that or agree with it. And you know what? That is your right. For now, I'm going to say Alpha 21 is definitely worth playing. If you haven't played this game in a while, there's a lot of good stuff going on. I've noticed a couple weird things like some flickering. I'm trying to get it to happen again. I was just noticing it, but it doesn't seem to want to do it anymore. But just some little quality of life things like, I don't know, just being able to know the name of a place, how difficult it is, how difficult the biome is. Just some of these little things are really, really great touches. And all of the different vehicles that are now available, all of the new POIs, honestly, this game just plain feels more polished than it did. It is such an improvement in a lot of little ways. Whether it's going to be a big improvement in huge ways, that probably remains to be determined. Just the same, the experimental build will be available to the public in short order. I definitely suggest playing it if you already have the game. If you don't, go find it on Steam or wherever you prefer to buy your games. Grab a copy, hop in, enjoy, because I have just about thousands of hours into this game, and it's for good reason, because I enjoy the crap out of it. Catch you another one, Tell, and thanks for watching. See you later.